Alright, so we're back here today working on this Klx110, and today we're going to figure out if Lucas or STP actually boosts compression, and maybe will it solve some of our smoking issue. If you haven't seen in the last videos, we had a huge issue with this Klx110 blowing smoke out the back. Alright, so we just did a compression test, and it is almost to 100 pounds, not quite 100 pounds. We have our Klx110L with some mods, but is stock bore. And I believe I remember getting to about the 150-ish mark, which is what they recommend for these bikes. They say you need about 100 pounds to even get these things to run. I honestly thought it was somewhere around the 80 mark, but 100 pounds doesn't seem too far off considering how much this bike smokes. So first things first we're going to do is drain just a little bit of oil out, and we're going to pour the STP in there because the STP comes in only 15 fluid ounces, which is about 443 milliliters, which is just shy of a half a quart. So this is pretty much going to be a half a quart, and this is going to be a full quart, which is about what this whole motor takes. So first things first, we're just going to do the whole half a quart of STP. We do our compression test, see if it gains any more compression. We're going to do a quick run on the bike, see if it smokes any less than what it did before. Then we're going to shut it down, let it cool down, drain all the oil out, and then we're going to try the Lucas stuff. Ooh, look at that honey goodness. Speaking of honey, you guys think a motor run off of honey? Would it be good? Would it be bad? Think about those 2023 ideas, you know what I mean? All right, resetting here. We got the oil in there. I feel like I'd have to warm it up a little bit, but we'll see. All right. The answer is no. We did not gain any compression. But let's see if it smokes any less. All right, guys, as you can see, we did not have any success on the old STP. Did not stop smoking at all. Not even a little bit. She's still bad. And, yeah, we only gained really a smudge on compression. We did a second test, and we ended up getting like an extra 5 pounds. Nothing really to write home about. Nothing that's going to get you really that much further on the trip. Maybe get you out in the woods, but that's about it until she fails on you. But now we're going to switch to the real deal. Get pure Lucas in this thing. No motor oil. As far as 1030 or anything like that, we're going all Lucas in there. See what happens. And, yeah, we'll do a compression test, and then we'll get her fired up. She's definitely thick coming out of there still. And the oil's not even really warmed up. All right, looks just as thick pretty much. A little bit cleaned out, a little bit better, because you've seen what was in this thing before. So this is not a bad thing. All right, guys, so right there, it's at almost 120 right there for our compression test, which isn't horrible. I mean, that'd almost be pretty doable for a semi-worn out bike. So we're gonna put the plug back in it, and we're gonna see what it does. All right. Come on. Oh man, I feel like it's got more compression at least. All right, that did not go as planned, but you know what? It makes sense. The oil is just too thick for this little motor for it to fire up. That's why with the old STP, she was able to fire up because it was only about a 50-50 mix. Us putting pure thick oil in this thing, being the Lucas, is just no bueno, guys. All right, and the only other thing I could think of too, of maybe why it wouldn't be starting, is even if that thick oil is making it past the piston and all that through the rings and that, and is getting on that top side of the motor, probably so thick the motor cannot be burning that. And now it's also trying to compress that thick oil if it's making it on the top side, which is no bueno. So we need to stop what we're doing before we actually ruin something even more and cause ourselves more work and cause us to have to do a bigger, nastier upgrade on this thing, because that would just be horrible. But all right, guys, that's it for today's video. Obviously, seen the results. Not much boost in compression. She still smoked like a banshee, and you go too thick and she just won't start. So fortunately, not the results we were looking for, but it does at least prove to us that putting that stuff in your motor, trying to thicken it up, is really just not the right answer. So it might help you in small stuff or low, compression and all that, but this bike was missing a lot of compression. It was at the fair line of just being able to run or not run, and probably didn't have much power once we would have got it on the ground and started ripping around the yard. So it is what it is. But till next time, we'll see you later.